Yeah, I'm on time, damn it. I just didn't do a space. Usually the space starts at 3 o'clock. That's because I was doing other shit today, too. So, I'm in a very somber mood. I know that I'm no stranger to the news, um, especially mainstream media news, doing everything that they do to elicit an emotional response. But in this case, I feel like this situation is a little bit different. And I want to first extend my condolences to the family of Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. 20 years old. And she's younger than my daughter. Well, she's younger than most of my daughters, except for one. It's fucking heartbreaking. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. Maybe because I'm a father. Maybe because I have always, everything I've done for the last 20 plus years of my life has centered around trying to help veterans. From riding in the Patriot Guard and doing what we called countless missions, which were meeting with families of current KIAs, being on a team, I guess you can say, of guys that were allowed to ride our bikes on the tarmac in Logan, and escort soldiers from there, staying with them all the way up until their final interment, wherever it is. A lot of the times it was Bourne National Cemetery. And did that for a very long time. It was mainly from 2005 to 2013 when we had, that was like the 2010 and 11 was kind of the apex of how many of our soldiers were dying overseas. And they all made an indelible impression on me, but there were a few of the families that became more than just a mission. This poor girl's parents were with her when she passed away. I'm going to screen share this from One American News, because honestly, I think they're the only ones that. So I'm just going to read this. I know you guys are probably all caught up on this, and I probably should just suck it up and go into spaces and talk in spaces, but I don't really want to. So President Donald Trump announced that one of the two U.S. National Guard members from West Virginia were shot by an Afghan national. Oh, I'm getting to this. You can guarantee it. Near the White House has tragically succumbed to her injuries. In a call with the military on Thursday, Thanksgiving, the president confirmed that U.S. Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom of Summersville, West Virginia, passed away. This follows after a 29-year-old gunman from Afghanistan ambushed two National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. Beckstrom, 20, had enlisted in West Virginia Army National Guard in June 2023. Sheen fellow guardsman Andrew Wolf, 24, were sworn in less than 24 hours before the shooting on Wednesday. You know, just when you think the story can't get any worse, right? Sarah, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person. She has just passed away. She's no longer with us. She's looking down at us right now, Trump said, explaining that he had heard the news seconds before the call. Trump noted that her devastated parents were with her as she passed away in the hospital on Thanksgiving. She was savagely attacked, and now she's dead. Incredible person, outstanding in every single way, in every department. President Trump also mentioned that the other guardsman victim, Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, is still fighting for his life in the hospital. I am a loss for words. I mean, there is obviously a multitude of reasons why I'm feeling this. So this camel jockey, this Haji, this piece of shit illegal immigrant, yeah, you got that right, Mike. Look, Islam, first and foremost, is diametrically opposed and incompatible with Western civilization and Western values, first and foremost. Their ideology, their religion, the way they live their life is. My sound is a little soft. It's never ending with these sound problems. I know exactly what that is. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna have to check this every single time. I don't know why it does this. I hope that's better. Somehow the computer just decides it wants to set the volume limit of the microphone. What Biden did to us is akin to treason. I mean, akin. It is treason. It is absolutely treason. Allowing this many illegal immigrants, unvetted, to come into this country by the millions. Sorry. Is it a little bit better though? That's all I'm saying. That are now, they're not only have these people that have been let in under Biden taken the lives of American citizens, now they're taking the lives of our military members. I'm not seeing anything for motive. So he was the gunman. I'm not even going to dignify him with trying to even pronounce his name. That's exactly what I'm going to call him. He was an Afghan national and was flown to the U.S. in September of 2021 via the Biden administration's Operation Allies Welcome. His asylum request was approved in April this year, and he held a green card at the time of the shooting. Oh, did he yell a la snack bar? Well, yeah. I am really, really fighting to find the words. I'm obviously trying something new, and not being so vitriolic. We need to get all of these people out of our country now. Look, I absolutely, I've said this before, and I guess this is my middle of the road measured approach that I try to do with everything. I try. I'm not perfect. I fail. And what I mean by that is I call stuff out when I see Trump doing something that I didn't vote for, that I know he campaigned on, that I know he's talked about, and then he does the exact opposite. Okay? I call him out on it, and I go, and I hold him 10 toes to the shit that he's said that he would do, and if he doesn't do it or does the opposite, I call it out. At the same time, I will praise him for the things that he does and does well. I don't just abandon him. I would have a hard time abandoning him after 10 years of voting for him, fighting for him, literally, physically and verbally, all of these years, losing all the friends that I had or thought I had or thought they were friends, just to give up on him. That's bullshit. I'm not that guy. Again, I told you guys before, I stayed in a relationship with a woman for 10 fucking years when I should have got out in fucking 5. And because I always try to see the best, and same thing with Trump. I'm not going to just throw him by the wayside. I mean, this, first of all, I look at what he did for one of my friends, period. I have to, and everybody else that was caught up in that J6 bullshit. My friend who got 22 years in prison is now free. And had Kamala won, he wouldn't have been out of prison. And and there's parts of the big, beautiful bill that I like, and there's parts of the big, beautiful bill that I fucking despise. And I will call out the parts of the big, beautiful bill. I am beyond pissed off that we haven't seen the Epstein files. I'm beyond pissed off at his him saying the things that, he says about Israel. And we all know the Israeli government has way too much power. Same thing with fucking Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia and Israel have way too much power in our politics because they're able to spread the money. And I can call that out. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be like, fuck Trump. And in a situation like this, my measured stance is this. There are millions and millions, 20, 22, 30 million. I don't know. I see reports and the numbers are all over the fucking place. Let's just put it at 30 million. There's 30 million illegal immigrants in this country. Probably 20 million of which need to get the fuck out. But there are plenty of illegal immigrants in this country that don't break our laws other than coming in here illegally, go to work every day, try to support their families. And for whatever reason, and this is not me bending the knee, but for whatever reason, they haven't done it the right way. If we're worried about Chico, who works in the fucking fields, picking fucking fruit, who's never done an actual crime, like, other than coming in here illegally. I mean, that is a crime. But it's never stolen anything, never beat anybody up, doesn't drive drunk, is for all intent and purpose a law-abiding citizen. If this is what we're expending our money and our time on, this person, kicking them out, as opposed to going after Trendy Agua, the 600,000 or so people that are known terrorists that were let in this country, finding them, rooting out all the cells of Islamic terrorists and Mexican, Colombian cartel members that are here illegally, that are actually killing our citizens. If we're taking all the time and the money to go after Joe Schmo and not these guys, everybody's going to say that this is going to be a bad parallel to what Hitler did with the Jews. I'm not suggesting we take Muslims and put them in concentration camps and gas them. Or experiment on them. They need to have a one-way ticket out of this country. If you look at the shit that's going on in Dearborn, Michigan right now, if you look at the shit that's going on in places like Texas, where Texas has more mosques than in any other fucking state in this country, I cannot believe that Texans actually allowed that. When you think of the Wild West, you think of Texas. We don't have any of that shit here. That's all I can say is we don't have any of that shit. Massachusetts has got quite a few illegal Muslims and very deeply concentrated areas of Muslim only. You got New York City. We need, if mayors and police, and this is hard for me to fucking say, and I don't even want to say it, but if the people in these states that are running these states, governors, mayors of big cities like Chicago, like Dearborn, don't want to do what needs to be done, then we need to do it. Then I believe that as much as I don't want our military in our streets, never have. I've always been opposed to it. But at this point, if they're not going to allow us to do it, the militia that was talked about in the Second Amendment, which I would be all for, They're not going to allow us to do it. Somebody's got to do it. What's going on in Dearborn right now is unsustainable. What's going to be going on in New York City is unsustainable. Man, I know it sounds like it's a brag every time I say it, but this shit's not. Yeah, Seuss, I know. Like, you guys got it really bad in fucking Europe, man. Like, you got it really, really, really fucking bad. Like, all you have to do is look at the Netherlands. Look what's going on in Greece. Look what's going on in Italy. Look what's going on in Great Britain. That's that. I mean, there you go. In Great Britain, they have rape gangs that go out and rape white British girls. And when those white British girls fight back, they're the ones that go to jail. Yeah, Seattle's fucked too. I don't know what it's going to take for Americans to get incentivized to do something about it. But we're just going to see this. We're going to see this constantly. We're going to look at our native-born children becoming victims to illegal immigrants, both South American and Middle Eastern. That's really what it boils down to, people. You want to continue to watch Mexican scum rape and murder our children? You want to continue to see fucking goat fuckers? Oh, that felt good. You want to see radical Islamists and Muslims destroy Dearborn, Michigan? Or make it worse than what it is? When is enough enough? When are we going to come together as American citizens and take a fucking stand and say no? Everybody's too afraid of going to jail. And I would say, well, at one time, well, they can't arrest us all. And then I was totally proven wrong on that one with January 6th. And now they know that. And now they know the precedent has been set with January 6th. We believed for a very long time that they couldn't arrest us all. And look what they did. So that leads me to the reality of the situation. And the reality of the situation is we are completely and utterly fucked. We can sit here and talk about it all day long. But unless we're willing to actually get out there and do something, this shit's going to continue to happen. And now I don't want to fucking hear from anybody, especially liberals. I don't want to hear from liberals saying, oh, well, if the National Guard wasn't there, she wouldn't have been shot. Well, if the fucking mayor of D.C. actually was tough on fucking crime and used the police to do what the police are supposed to do in that city, then he wouldn't have had to. But because she is one of those typical fucking socialists that have said multiple times that black and brown people only are only violent or have a criminal mentality because of institutionalized racism, and that it's racist to put high bails on people for, oh, I don't know, stabbing people, robbing people, murder. No, no, we. Oh, you fucking cocksucker. Yeah, I do need help with my camera. What the fuck? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, it worked fine all day long the other day, and now it's completely fucking gone. Check. All right, you guys can hear me now, I hope. No, I think there's something wrong with EV Mux, because what happens is everything freezes, and then I go to restart, reload the page, and it won't let me in the studio. So it's definitely not something that. Listen, I have no idea what it is. To be quite honest with you, it's fucking lame, whatever it is. But it's not my computer, because everything else is running fucking fine, and just EV Mux freezes up. Unless there's somebody in the back studio that's fucking with me, and if I ever find out that that's the case, somebody's going to get their fucking head beaten in. I can promise you that. And that's not even a joke. If I find somebody's in the back studios just fucking with my show, and I'll make sure that it's on camera, whoever it is. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm glad this is recorded for posterity. There's proof, especially if I kick the shit out of somebody. I'm going back to the news again because I want to bring this motherfucker up. All right, so this is where we were before I froze. Let's see. He's being charged with first-degree murder. He drove across country from Washington State to carry out an unprovoked attack with a handgun. Well, I guess that in itself flies in the face of the left's narrative that, big black guns are the cause of all the deaths. When you actually look at the stats, it's more fucking handguns than it ever was fucking AR-15s. He was initially charged with 2 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed, 1 for each victim. I really, truly hope this motherfucker gets the death penalty. Like, I want him to die, and I want him to die horribly. I wish for death for this motherfucker, but not easy. I watched a show, a movie last night that was kind of surprising, and if you haven't checked it out, I suggest you check it out because what's his name? Sean Patrick Flannery was in it. He was one of the Boondock Saints, and he's been in quite a few other movies. But he was fucking fantastic in his role. Like he really did it. The movie was called Nefarious, where he plays somebody on death row who may or may not be possessed by a demon. And the whole movie, it sounds boring, but it's not at all. Once you get going, you're like, holy shit, and you don't want to tear yourself away from the fucking screen. It just takes place with him and a psychiatrist having a conversation pretty much throughout the whole movie. It was a great movie. And I highly recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime. If you have Prime Video, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. So it's called Nefarious. But it got me thinking about the electric chair and how much pain somebody suffers when they're in the electric chair. And that's what I want for this motherfucker right now. I want him to suffer greatly for what he did. Again, I guess that, if Patty was here, Patty would say, oh, that's not very Christian of you, Rob. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to feel bad. I am fucking disgusted at this. All of the problems that we are seeing right now are directly linked to fucking Biden when it comes to fucking illegal immigrants. Every single crime perpetrated by an illegal immigrant in the last 5 years has come from all of these disgusting subhumans that he let in the country. Because that's what they are. They're subhuman fucking animals. And they need to be put down like that. Yeah, exactly. I really hope the prison that he's in, I hope the prisoners in there fucking tear that motherfucker up. Oh, Reno's coming in. Well, hopefully, I don't. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna when I get off the show, I'm gonna see if there's an update for Chrome. What's it gonna take? How many more Americans need to die at the hands of these subhuman animals before we stand up and say, nope, we're not taking this shit anymore? Everybody's so content in their own lives. Yeah, the blood is absolutely on his hand. Absolutely. I don't know, guys. I know what I want to do. That's just, I see, I really hope the other guardsman pulls through. Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, he's still in critical condition. Now, obviously, they got some of the best hospitals in the world in D.C. and for obvious reasons, they're not letting people know what hospitals they're in. But I can guarantee you that Trump and Pete Hegseth have the best medical staff in the country working on this young soldier. Was he 24? Yeah, he's 24. There isn't so first-degree premeditated murder while armed in D.C., the mandatory minimum sentence is 30 years imprisonment with a maximum of life without the possibility of release or parole eligibility only after 30 years if life with parole is imposed. So I don't know. I wish there was somebody who has more knowledge about our military. I'm going to have to talk to some of the guys that I know. I actually haven't talked to them today. This should be death penalty. This should absolutely 100%. So he's doing everything in his power to seek the death penalty. However, under District of Columbia law, which governs the local prosecution in D.C. Superior Court, the district abolished its death penalty in 1981, and residents voted against reinstatement in 1992. Now, could there be a way that he is deemed as a domestic terrorist, first of all, which would fall under federal guidelines, and now he's attacked a member of our military? That should change things, man. If he's designated, if you carry out an attack on American soldiers on American soil, that to me would be considered terrorism. Anybody want to argue with me on that? Anybody want to tell me? Well, actually, Reno, he is, because he actually has a green card. That's the other rub of this whole fucking thing, is that he was brought in here under Biden's asylum claims, and they gave him a green card in April of this year. So that would make him a domestic terrorist, I would think. I don't believe that he's. I just think he's a fucking terrorist. But, yeah, he's not a citizen. So I would say that yes, he's a foreign-born terrorist. But the waters are a little murky on the whole domestic part of this. But if he gets into terrorist enhancement, that should make it so that it's a federal crime. Attacking a member of our military on our soil should automatically be federal. This should not be in the hands of the D.C. courts. Just like it shouldn't be in the D.C. courts have shown that they are already fucking leftists. This should be prosecuted. Well, we know how great fucking Pam Bondi is, but this should be prosecuted by the DOJ. I don't know what. I am beyond fucking pissed off about this. Yep. Yeah, the Fed should absolutely take over. I believe that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think DC is going to fight to keep it in their courts. But I would love to see the federal government get involved in this. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate it. Look, there's a lot of people. It would be up to Piero. Yeah. Well, I love Judge Janine. I think she's always been a badass. She calls it like she sees it, and she doesn't give a fuck. And I have respect for people like that. I really am at a loss, man. I think that they're going to. That's right. I totally forgot that Judge was DC District Attorney, right? That's what she is. Yeah. I think they're going to get together on this, and they're going to kick it up to federal charges. I hope. That's what I hope. That's what I hope to see. That's what I pray to see. And if they kick it up to federal charges, they charge them with fucking terrorism. and he gets the death penalty because he shouldn't be allowed to live. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I don't. A judge can fight it. Yeah. Yeah. But I think that, man, I wish I knew about this more, which means that I'm going to just have to learn and do more reading. Because I always want to try to come from a place of having knowledge in whatever I talk about. When it comes to the law like this, obviously I don't know. I'm only speculating. And it's more, wish fulfillment than anything else. I don't know how it works, but this guy should be charged with terrorism, and he should get the death penalty. And I don't think the taxpayers of this country, I don't think the taxpayers in D.C. should have to put up with this motherfucker, put this motherfucker up so he gets 3 hots and a cot every day, and then he can go hang out with the fucking Muslim Brotherhood that's in fucking prison and get to pray every day and be protected every day by a bunch of subhumans, because that's what he is, and that's what they all are. Oh, I listen. I listen. I don't disagree with you at all. But look at what these judges have done. Every single fucking time Trump tries to do something, there's some liberal shitbag judge that fights it and puts a stop to it. All the things that we want Trump to do, every time he tries to enact it, there's some liberal shitbag fucking Democrat judge, Democrat elected fucking judge, especially most of them are all under Biden and Obama, that end up fighting him and putting a stop to it, so that we have to take the fucking time. And it's a time game. That's what it is. It's a game to these motherfuckers, because they know that it's going to take months and months and months to get to the fucking Supreme Court. And then the Supreme Court looks and says, well, we're gonna kick this back because we know that you made a bad decision and you're going to have to do something about it. That's usually what happens. That's usually what happens when it comes to, especially the Second Amendment cases that have gone on. Once the Bruen decision was made, all of these people are now fighting their local governments when it comes to that. And, there's been a couple of cases where it's gone to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has kicked it back down to the district level, saying you need to rethink this before we take it up. Literally giving them a chance to fix their mistake before they get their dicks knocked in the dirt by the Supreme Court. When the Supreme Court says, well, we already made this decision in Bruen. We made this decision in Heller and McDonald and, all these states that have, bump stock bans, we just made the same case with Cargill. And so they kick them back to these courts, and then the courts take however, the district courts take however long they want to fucking, make a decision. And then usually the decisions, again, aren't in line with what the Supreme Court says. And the Supreme Court goes, okay, well, we'll take it up. And then it takes fucking forever to get there. That's why it takes so long to get any kind of fucking justice in this country, because these fucking liberal judges, all they do is play past the fucking can, or kick the can and pass the buck. They kick the can down the road, and they know that if they can make it so that it's fucking hard to get anything done, they're running out the clock. That's what I was looking for, is that they're running out the clock, and they're doing it on purpose, because they already know, or they think they know, that we're going to lose in 2026, And then if we do lose the House in 2026, we're going to have a lame duck president for 2 years. Everything that he does want to do is not going to get done. And then if we don't win in 2028, you honestly think, like, I don't believe in my heart. I don't see it. Yeah, I agree, Dean. I agree. They need term limits. I don't see how there is a snowball's chance in hell that Gavin Newsom, because I honestly believe that they're gonna run him. He's gonna get the nomination without a doubt. They'll do like it doesn't matter what the Democrats want, like what they did with Bernie, like what they did to Bernie. They already have it in their head who they want. I believe that they're going to try to run Gavin Newsom. But I also think that they're going to get let's see, what's his name? Josh Shapiro. That's it. The governor. I think they'll run Josh Shapiro as a VP. So you'll have Gavin Newsom and Shapiro. I don't see anybody else. I mean, I don't. There's no way. There's no way they would run AOC. That would be a death sentence. I think. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't see how Gavin Newsom can win. Other than, and this is kind of what I'm getting to, other than they're going to vote, the left is going to vote for somebody who is going to literally, that would be the death of America, without a doubt. That would be the end of it right there. The left would do it just to give the middle finger to the 77 or 80 million of us that voted for Trump. Because that's how much they hate this country. They're willing to watch this country fucking burn because they believe that they can remake it in their myopic utopia, which is where, we're all genderless. Islam would take over. And they don't realize, they will absolutely do it out of spite, without a doubt. Not what's best for the country, but what's best for them and their beliefs. And their beliefs aren't what's best for the country. Listen, I want what's best for the country as a whole. I don't believe that transgender and transing children is what's best for this country. That's disgusting. Allowing people who identify as either MAPS or no MAPS, non-offending minor attracted people or minor attracted people, I don't believe that those people should be allowed to breathe. People who molest, rape children, illegal immigrants coming in, flooding this country and raping and murdering our children. That's not what's best for America. This whole idea that America was open to other cultures, it was different when that was important. It was important at one time, and it was different. Like, my grandparents came over here from Italy. And as fast as they could possibly become American citizens, they became American citizens. People were coming over here for this amazing experiment that our forefathers set up. They wanted freedom. They wanted to be able to chase their dreams. They wanted to invest in the American experiment and invest in American exceptionalism. They, very rarely did they speak Italian in my house. only when my grandmother was yelling at me because I was acting a fool, and that's how I know she was talking about me, because it was the only time they spoke in Italian. And I'm gonna put this back up on the screen real quick. You know, you know. Let's see. Let's go down to here. You know, they. Yeah. Yeah, no maps on our USA map. Absolutely. That was good. I got it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That is a pretty true fucking statement. Look, I don't want to see anything bad happen to our country. I want the system to burn down, because the system sucks. I'm all for watching the entire system, because that would be the best for American citizens. Seeing us come together as Americans to go after the thing that really is what's detrimental to us is what I think it would be best for this country. This is not the system that our forefathers set up. This is not what they wanted for our country. This is what they fought against. Again, seeing this poor girl's face really fucking, and I guess I'm just, torturing myself. We're getting to the point of no return, people. That's a measured statement, I guess you could say. I believe we're already at the point of no return, and we've been at the point of no return for a very, very, very long time. I also believe that we crossed the threshold, and we are beyond the pale after Waco. People always say to me, Rob, why do you talk about Waco so much? Do you understand what our government, our Democrat, that was Democrats, that was Clinton, that was Janet Reno, that was, I don't know, Joe Biden. That was a false flag to be able to get through the 94 crime bill, to institute the NICS system, and to start the ball rolling of where we are right now, where our police went from community policing, protect and serve. Remember, that was a thing, protect and serve, to now law enforcement. There is a huge difference between community policing, protect and serve, and law enforcement. And everybody, welcome Reno. Reno, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Lima Charlie, kid. Lima Charlie.
All right.
What do you want to say about this? I'm going to full screen you for a minute.
Oh, listen, this has not been an easy fucking week. I've had a really shitty fucking week besides Thanksgiving. Um, I want. Hold on, I've got shit going on my goddamn screen. It's pissing me off. Okay, hold on. What the fuck's going on? All right. I want to say first of all, um, rest in peace, and my heart goes out to the families of the soldier that was lost in Washington D.C. And I also want to say, fucking shame on you. Shame on both of you, the left and the right, who has fucking politicized the death of a fucking U.S. soldier on American soil. I don't give a
Facts.
fuck if you're a Republican. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat. I don't give a fuck if you're a Republican. If you politicize the death of this young specialist, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my camera. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Uh,
Oh, so your camera just did. No, and he's gone. Whatever happens to me when it does that thing, I think there's a problem with EV Mux. Yep. No, I want you to. All right. Sorry, guys. I don't know. So I think this is a problem with EV Mux. Reno was just saying some pretty prolific shit, and all right. Let's see.
now,
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear you. I could always hear you. They couldn't hear you.
can you guys hear me in the chat?
Yeah, I think they can.
One, two, one's in the chat if you can hear me.
There's a delay.
All right. Okay. I'll start over because I don't know how much you guys heard of this. But I want you to understand this. If you guys know me, you know that I wear this, right? There's a lot of military members that wear that, and there's something that goes along with that, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, "I wear a black metal clasp on my wrist. At times, it clamps down hard enough that it leaves red marks. Often, other times, it fits loose enough that it feels wrong. Oftentimes I feel ashamed to wear it, yet ashamed to take it off. The edges are worn from working with my hands through days in the dark. There's a deep scratch along the words that you used to say. I tend to wonder what you would say now, whether you would be proud of the life I lived in your absence. I wear a black metal clasp on my wrist. It weighs about 9 grams, but it feels much heavier. It's odd to wear because we weren't close friends. In fact, I didn't always like you, but we spent countless days together, and I don't want to forget what you taught me. I've worn your name on my wrist for years now, and I don't, I just hope that you wouldn't be ashamed to know that I wear it. We had a foreign terrorist who worked with the CIA in a foreign country who claimed asylum in the United States attack two active duty soldiers because that's what they were. They were active duty, they were Title 10 on American soil in our nation's capital. And you have politicians using it for their fucking political gain. I'm ashamed and fucking disgusted that anyone supports those people that sit behind a desk in the greatest country in the world and you use the death of a fucking soldier on American soil for their fucking political gain. It makes me disgusted as a veteran. It makes me disgusted as a man, and it makes me disgusted as a U.S. citizen. And it doesn't matter what color of the fucking hat you wear, red or blue, or the office that you hold from the president to your local mayor. You have a grieving family that lost a beautiful daughter. You have grieving soldiers that lost a wonderful compadre and a wonderful uh, 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 sister in arms. And I'm ashamed to be represented by anybody that would use that to further their political gain. That's all I have.
Yeah. I have spent the better part of 20 years. The first 10 of it was way more active, riding with the Patriot Guard and honoring our fallen soldiers that died overseas. It was what I felt like I needed to do. The mission was always about honoring our soldiers and not allowing people to disrupt funerals. Because if you remember, at the time there was this group of supposed Christians that would come to military funerals and protest at a soldier's funeral. They were the Westboro Baptist Church, and they would go to military funerals screaming, "Your sons come home in body bags because God hates fags." Not very Christian of them. And, just like just like the Proud Boys, it was always that initial thing that got me going, but then the real mission behind it is what kept me going. And I found that it meant more to me to hold a grieving father in my arms or a grieving mother in my arms and doing what I can to let them know that I appreciate truly and I'm honored that their child gave the ultimate sacrifice for me in this country. And that meant more to me than counter-protesting a bunch of fucking inbred morons from Kansas. There is a way to, and I understand and I agree with Reno 100%. There is a way to politicize this without, because it has to be politicized in respect to that he was allowed in this country by Biden. Biden allowed these fucking scumbag terrorists, subhumans, and illegals to come in this country and hurt our American citizens. That in and of itself is political. And there's no way to not politicize the fact that the Democrats did this to us over the last 4-5 years. But there's a different level, and I know the level that Reno's talking about. And if all you're doing by running your fucking cum catcher is to hear yourself talk and you're not going to actually do anything about it, that's the type of politicizing he's talking about. If you're just doing it for clicks and likes and fucking, getting clout or whatever, if you're running your mouth and you're getting, news hits from it and, you're gaining awareness and that's the only reason why you're doing it, then yeah, you're a fucking scumbag, and that's on both sides. But if you actually want to do something about it, you have to talk about it, and you have to talk about it in the context of what it is. Biden let this fucking scumbag in here. The Democrats let these fucking illegal immigrants, these subhuman fucking pieces of shit, saprophytes. That is one of my favorite words ever. Saprophytes, bottom feeders, to come in here and kill our citizens. Then yeah. But if you're not going to do anything about it, then you're just politicizing it for personal gain, and that makes you a piece of shit. Bro, I am brokenhearted over this. This is and I know you caught the beginning of this, but if we're spending our time getting fucking Manuel out of the fucking fields picking fucking fruit and vegetables, if that's what we're spending our fucking time and our resources on, as opposed to going after these motherfuckers, then I got a huge fucking problem with that. I got a huge motherfucking problem. Because if there's anybody here in the chat, anybody that's watching that wants to fucking argue with me right now, hit me up and fucking Reno will send you a link. Because I can guarantee you, if somebody says, well, they're all illegal, no. It's just like when you learn warfare, you learn about fighting. You always take out the kinetic threat first, the worst of the worst, and then you work your way down. We should, if we're going to be expending resources, whether it be ICE, FBI, military, we're going to be expending resources getting the lowly little dude who's never really done anything wrong other than come in the country illegally. Boom. And we're forgetting about Trendy Agua or any of these, any of the cartel members that come in this country and overload our country with fentanyl, and our people are dying from that. If you don't think that that's more important to get that person out, there's no equality in this. It's just, you can't say across the board, well, they're all illegal and they all need to get the fuck out. No. Yes, they do need to get the fuck out. But you know what? They're down here. These fucking Muslims that came in here, these fucking terrorists, these Islamic terrorists, are up here. People like Trendy Agua, MS-13, all these people are up here. They're more of a kinetic threat to the people of this country, our sovereignty, than little Manuel picking fucking vegetables. And if you don't see it like that, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, yes, I want them all out, but I want the worst of the worst out first. And I don't want my tax dollars, I don't want our ICE agents or our military expending any of their energy or their resources on getting out people who've really not done anything wrong other than come in the country. And if you want to say that I'm not MAGA by that, or I'm woke right, or I'm not conservative by having that, because I'm willing to bend a little bit when it comes to illegal immigrants. No, I want them all out. Let me say it again. They all need to be thrown out, but there needs to be an order of who goes first. And the people that are an absolute fucking physical threat to this country and its citizens need to be gone first. And had we done that, maybe this young woman would be alive today. Maybe quite a few young women would be alive today. I don't know what it's going to take, but I do want to read this to you guys, because I read it, I don't know, maybe once a week. And I hope that there's enough people out there at some point that feel this way too. Because the time is coming and you're going to have to get off your ass and do something. This is unsustainable. What we are living in right now, the most terrifying force of death comes from the hands of men who wanted to be left alone. They try so very hard to mind their own business and provide for themselves and those they love. They resist every impulse to fight back, knowing the forced and permanent change of life that will come from it. They know that the moment they fight back, their lives as they have lived them are over. The moment the men who want to be left alone are forced to fight back, it is a form of suicide. They are literally killing off who they used to be, which is why when forced to take up violence, these men who wanted to be left alone fight with unholy vengeance against those who murdered their former lives. They fight with raw hate and a drive that cannot be fathomed by those who are merely play acting at politics and terror. True terror will arrive at these people's door, and they will cry, scream, and beg for mercy, but it'll fall upon deaf ears of the men who just wanted to be left alone. We need more of that. We need to understand that the lives that we are living right now are a fallacy. It really is. And, you can say whatever you want. But if we allowed our government to do what they did during Waco, once they got And nothing's really happened. Nothing's really come from Ruby Ridge either. But we allowed our government, and we didn't protest, and we didn't stand up and fucking fight when our government killed 78 innocent men, women, and babies. If that wasn't enough for you, I truly believe in my heart that the American spirit is dead. I want to be wrong. I want the people of America, the men of America, to prove me fucking wrong. I don't want to be proven right. I want to be so wrong in this situation. I want somebody to be able to say, see, Rob, we told you you were wrong. I would take the L on that one without a doubt. I've just had enough. I've had enough. What I see going on in Portland, what I see going on in Dearborn, what I see going on in Boston and D.C. and Seattle and fucking parts of Texas. Where are the American men that have had enough? The only way they're ever going to listen to us is if we light a fire so big. It's not a literal fire. Not a literal fire. But we light a fire so big that the gods, those that in charge, see us again. Because right now we're not. We need 10 million Americans. 10 million Americans to go to D.C. and let them know we're not taking this shit anymore. Shit, we need 100 million. I mean, it'll never happen. But we need something so big because they don't believe us. Because we're so busy talking about it on fucking X. Do you think, honestly and truly, that X really changes anything in our government? No, it really doesn't. They laugh at that. They know that a podcast like this isn't going to change things on a massive scale. And they're like, "Oh, just let that fucking that motherfucker Patriot Rob say whatever the fuck he wants, or that dude Reno say whatever the fuck he wants, or Enrique Tarrio, or Barry, or nobody listens to Patty anyway, so it's not even worth mentioning." But like, let these guys fucking talk. They don't have 100 million fucking subscribers like Joe Rogan. If I had the platform that Joe Rogan did, yeah, I can affect some serious fucking change. There are a lot of people that fucking like Joe Rogan that watch him. Hundreds of millions of views. He's got one of the biggest fucking platforms in the country, if not the biggest. I don't know anybody else who's bigger than he is. If Joe Rogan tomorrow said, "All right, guys, it's time to fucking stand up and do something about it," you would get millions of people that would. We're a little tiny danger to the system. We're like fleas on a dog's back. Eventually, we'll just shake them off. We'll be shaken off. But we got to keep going. We can't stop. Because if you do stop, I feel like if I were to stop, then I just did my part to help the fucking system completely and utterly fucking destroy what I believe America is. So even if it's just, And it's not just. I mean, look, there's 1,600 fucking people watching. Thank you. I'm honored every time I see those numbers. I know it's small. It's 1,600 people, but it's still 1,600 people. I don't know, brother. I don't know what to fucking do.
Well,
people don't hate the government enough. They don't hate what they're fucking seeing enough. They don't hate enough. And yeah, hate is a valid emotion. They don't hate what they're seeing enough. They haven't felt enough fucking pain.
well, we lost some guys when we were overseas, of course. But there was something that our battalion commander came, and everything stops when you lose guys. But there were some words of wisdom that were given to them to us at the point in time, and maybe it's something that is a military wide. I don't know, but we were told, and I guess I can say this to the troops that are in DC that have lost one of their sisters in arms. It hurts. It hurts down to the very pit of your soul to lose someone that you spent so much time with and that you would give your life for. But you feel that hurt. You let that fucking hurt sink in, right? Every American should let this fucking hurt sink in, right? And you use it. You use that fucking hurt for motivation. And you grieve. And then you go to bed. And you get the fuck back up and you put your goddamn boots on. And you go out there and you unleash that fucking hurt on the motherfuckers that want to hurt you. Let them feel every fucking ounce of fucking pain and hurt that you have in your body. You have shitbag sand niggers that came from a shitbag fucking country where they wear fucking man pajamas and they're hanging onto a fucking plane to get out of there. And they didn't have our fucking best interest. They don't share our values. They don't share our way of life. And they're here in this country. And they're going to fucking kill you. Can't let that happen. You can't let that happen. This country is lost if you let that happen.
It just seems like we're letting it happen, though. There's very few people I could probably count on two hands. Maybe that's too much, but I can probably count on two hands the amount of people that I know personally that would, if the shit hit the fan, would stand up. And
sorry for cussing.
No, dude, come on. Free speech absolutist, my friend. I may not. I don't know. It's very easy for people to hear what I'm saying, and everybody's like, oh, well, I get some people that. Dude, do you know that I got texted last night, and this is a funny segue into this, I guess. I got somebody texted me last night, and I guess there was a space that was talking shit about Chad Caton and me. And said that let me see the quote here. Like, Rob, you really need to go and fucking handle this. And I was like, dude, what? Said that I should be shoved off a cliff and I would suck Epstein's dick. They did an entire space about me and Chad. Now, I wasn't going to go into that space because why am I going to give fucking losers any power? Because that's exactly what it is. But it's funny, so because they don't believe that I believe the things that I say, I guess, when they have no idea of the things that I've done over the last 10 years. Shit, the things I've done over my life. You know, it's obvious, you know, they think that I'm just talking. But I know a few dudes that when the time comes, God fucking forbid the people that are going to be on the receiving end of that. And I am absolutely 100% one of those motherfucking dudes. And it's not even about being a tough guy. Like, I don't get the whole notion of, you know, when a man stands up for himself and says that he will, that they automatically go into, oh, you know, he's just pretending to be a fucking tough guy. It's nothing to do with being a fucking tough guy. It has nothing to do with it. That being a tough guy is like fake beta shit. But telling people, like, listen, I'm down for the motherfucking fight. I don't fear. It doesn't make me a tough guy. I don't believe in the tough guy bullshit because the tough guys are usually the ones that just fucking run their mouths and then fucking run the other way. You know, I found a lot of those. You know, if there's any of you out there, I can prove what I'm about to say, but, you know, I wanted to be, I was a part of the 3%ers, but when I found out it was just a bunch of Facebook idiots that didn't want to fucking actually go out and do anything, I found a group that did want to go out and do something. Because that's just who I am. I remember when I went down to D.C., my girlfriend at the time, my sergeant at arms was with us, and the whole crew was there. And she pulled my sergeant at arms aside, and she said to him, "Listen, you need to watch Rob." And he goes, "What?" She goes, "Listen, you don't understand. I have seen him. He is not going to fucking walk away. If you're his sergeant at arms," she said to him, "you need to watch him like a fucking hawk." Because I just get in the middle of it, man. I can't stand idly by watching shit like that go down. There's something that compels me to get in the middle of it and do something. When I see something, I don't know where it comes from, but I just know I have to do something because I would feel like less of a man if I didn't. If I just sat back and watched somebody else take up for me and the things that I feel that I'm supposed to do, I would feel like less of a man. I'm not talking about the people who are the men who are physically incapable of doing it. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. If, like Dean's in a wheelchair, I don't expect Dean to do anything other than support. Like, I know he would want to. And I appreciate that. And his heart's there. But, you know, and if you're, 65, 70 years old and you got fucking Crohn's and arthritis, I don't expect you to be out there throwing fucking haymakers. Although I do know some fucking 70-year-olds that'll get out there and throw some fucking haymakers. I don't expect you to do that. I don't expect you to be on your feet walking around, like Boston with me for 6-7 hours. I don't expect that, if Reno and I end up going out to fucking Portland or Dearborn, which we're talking about right now, I don't expect you, if you're 75 fucking years old, to take that fucking trip with us, or to be out there in the fucking freezing cold, getting sick and fucking getting pneumonia and dying. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm physically capable of doing it. Reno is physically capable of doing it. If you're physically capable of standing up and doing something about it and you don't, that's the problem. Look, man, every human being, I don't care how fucking badass you are, every human being fears something. But what's the important part is if you let that fear overcome you and overcome your willingness to stand up and do something and help. I truly believe, I've said it multiple times on this show, to anybody I have a conversation with, I truly believe it is our duty as American citizens to take back our country and stand on our fucking principles. Because nobody else is going to do it. The police aren't going to do it. They've proven that. Our government's not going to do it. They've proven that. These local judges, they don't care. They have this idea of what America is supposed to be that is diametrically opposed to what our founding fathers created. These people believe that the Constitution and our Bill of Rights is antiquated, first and foremost. And then they somehow have it in their head that, where we are a racist nation, and that's what we were set up to be because our founding fathers had slaves. That's a segment of people that believe that fucking bullshit too. But there's so much more to what we are and what we were supposed to be, and this is not what it is. I believe in the ideals of our forefathers. That's what I believe in. It's not antiquated. And just like back then, I mean, all of our forefathers, when they fought this war, when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, were in their fucking 20s. You see the fucking kids today that are in their 20s? Like, I don't see any males in their fucking 20s that have any kind of fucking bass in their voice whatsoever. They kind of put their head down and they slink down and, they don't want to stand up because it's been beaten in their fucking heads that, toxic masculinity is bad. Toxic masculinity has saved this country from annihilation. Toxic masculinity. There was a fucking meme, and I love this fucking meme, and it's a dude. It looks kind of like me, and then there's this fucking millennial fucking faggot with a fucking ascot on and a fucking man bun, and it just says, well, if there's a shooting going on, who the fuck are you going to stand behind? Who are you going to want to save you? Yeah, no shit. The dude that looks like he's got fucking toxic masculinity. And then it's funny because you got all these women that want fucking a man's man until that man's man actually acts like a fucking man's man to them. And then they're like, oh, no. I want you to be a man's man everywhere else. But with me, I want you to be a cuck fucking faggot. Put your fucking head down and do as I tell you to do. Well, you cunts can go fuck yourselves too. Seriously, straight the fuck up. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Sorry, it doesn't work that way, and that's a very millennial mindset. But everything is fucking skewed. Nothing is fucking real, man. Like, I go out and everybody's like, oh, dude, you're a fucking Neanderthal. Okay, I'm a Neanderthal. But if there was a fight going on, who's the first person you would ask to jump in that fucking fight? I don't know, man. There's a fucking part of me that I fight constantly. And, you know, I know that everybody goes, "Wow, dude, you're black pilled and you're fucking, you know, you're fucking, you're all this shit." And I go, well, there's a part of me that thinks that we are completely and utterly fucking cooked. I believe it in my heart. I believe that we as a society are fucking cooked because people won't fucking stand up. And then there's the part of me that still, for as jaded as I am, for as black-pilled as I am, there's still a part of me, and I haven't gotten completely rid of it. There's a part of me that has hope. Every once in a while, I see a little glimmer of hope, and I hold on to it for dear fucking life. But when I see something like this, and then I see all the fucking sycophants come out of the fucking woodwork, to grift off of it, I can't even imagine. Like, I haven't been on X in over a fucking week because it's a fucking disgusting fucking place of sociopathic fucking scum. A hive of what's the fucking what's the phrase from fucking Star Wars? God damn it. Villainy and scum. Come on, somebody tell me. Let's see. I'm going to get the quote. You know, being a nerd, I should know this. It is... Oh, I said it right. A hive of villainy and scum. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. That's the fucking phrase. And that's what I'm seeing X turn into. Well, I think it was always that way, but I'm seeing
X is our Tatooine.
Yeah. Most Eisley Spaceport.
Or Mos Eisley. Yeah.
Mos Eisley Spaceport is X. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. And that's really what it is. Everybody is there to fuck somebody else over, to try to get clout. And it's literally because we can't come together and see through the bullshit is literally why we're going to lose. I honestly believe that because everybody's so goddamn fucking selfish and they put their own wants and needs above the needs of the, you know, I hate to fucking say it, but in this case, it's fucking true. That the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. And again, I just nerded out and fucking quoted fucking Star Trek. Probably the only fucking Star Trek movie that was worth a shit, which was fucking Wrath of Khan. But it's true. Like, we can't, and I'm talking about conservatives right now because everybody knows how I feel about fucking liberals. I mean, they're just fucking scum. They don't have the fucking, they don't care what's best for America. That's not like at the forefront of their mind. We already know this. So, you know, it's redundant to even fucking say anything. No. It was the first quote was from Star Wars. The second quote was from Star Trek. But now we are fractured. People who say that we're not, Jesus Christ, you just look at everything through fucking rose-colored fucking glasses, man. We are beyond fractured. Call it what it is. You don't want to admit it because you're afraid it's going to make it worse. No, putting your head in the sand is only going to make it worse. Pretending like it doesn't exist is only going to make it worse. We have to call this shit out. If you don't, listen, you guys, November 2026 is going to be here before you fucking know it. I mean, shit. I can't believe that the summer's already gone. I can't believe I've been doing this show for fucking 6 months now. I can't believe I started my show like 14 months ago. Like 15 months ago at this point. Like, I can't believe how fast time has gone. And we're going to blink our fucking eyes. Winter's going to be over. Spring's going to come. And we're going to start seeing the numbers come in. And if we don't do something about it, listen, I would rather have, honestly, I hate to fucking say it this way, but I would rather have 50% fucking Trump doing what I voted for and 50% not, as opposed to 100% not. That's it. Like we're going and we're gonna lose if we don't fucking stand up. This is, every American should be on their fucking feet in DC right now, in all of those fucking horrible fucking neighborhoods, standing up and giving them the fucking finger. Pack your shit the fuck up and get the fuck out. But we're not. Everybody's too afraid to be called racist. Everybody's too afraid. Oh, were you in D.C.? You're a racist? Oh, you're fired. The first thing we need to do is get rid of Islamic influence, the proliferation of Sharia law, and break up these enclaves. You don't like it? Sorry. I think that they are the greatest kinetic threat to this country. And second to that is obviously fuck.
Oh, yeah, huh? Sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
I said the second is white liberal women. I'm sorry.
White liberal women. Yeah. Actually, I think white liberal women are the biggest threat to this country above Islam. You should pack them up and send them the fuck out too. If you can't take a joke, go fuck yourself.
Muslim country.
Yeah, send them to a Muslim country and let's see how long their fucking their liberalism lasts. Yeah, the peace and tolerance from Islam. When they stone you to death for reading a book because you're a woman, you go right over there, sweetheart. You fucking do the thing, kid. And all you fucking gays for Palestine. Oh, I would. You faggots are so fucking safe here because you can say that here and not die. But I want you to go over to Palestine and be like, I'm gay. Go ahead, do it.
I hope they do it. Building tall enough that you can wave your flag on the way down.
Yeah, yeah. Because I would love to watch you go over there and get thrown off a fucking building. Yes, I said that. If you're gay and you're stupid enough to believe that Islam respects you and won't kill you, you deserve everything that comes your way. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
But hey, keep supporting them. They fucking, fuck yeah, dude.
Yep.
They support you right now. They support you until they're in fucking power, or they fucking, or until they get what they want.
Have you guys
fucking people actually give a fuck about you? They don't give a fuck about you, but they'll use you.
Reno, do you have any insight into this? Because I know you do. Regale us with one little tidbit from your time over there. What did these fucking Muslims do to women that show their face? Let's do that. Let's do that one.
They show their face.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they beat the fuck out of them. They beat the fuck out of them if they don't fucking kill them. But yeah, that's what they do. It's fucking haram.
So if a woman is raped in Islam, it's the woman's fault, right?
Killing. That's a mercy killing. You've offended the family.
Yep.
And some fucking Muslim scholar can say whatever the fuck they want to, but I know you can say it. You can say, "Oh no, that's not true." Bullshit.
Yeah, they want to water it down.
Bullshit.
So that people aren't. But if you really truly investigated it, when you watch plenty of.
I don't want to live in a country where I can't walk side by side with a woman. Of course, I'm going to be on the side of the street, and she's going to be on the side of the buildings. But I don't want to walk. I don't want to live in a country where she has to walk, feet behind me. Look, I'm not a fucking feminist, but I was raised to treat women with a certain amount of respect.
I know
because they are our fucking rib.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I gave up a rib for this.
They were created from us.
Oh man, I got girls, and I want I can, pointing out when women pull some fucking stupid bullshit and be like, yeah, you're fucking nuts. Just because you say that doesn't mean you're mansplaining or gaslighting or fucking being disrespectful to women. If you, like my ex completely felt safe every single fucking time she was with me. Why? Because I would fucking protect her with my life, and that's what a man's supposed to do. I opened the door for her. When I would get in the fucking truck, I would make sure that, I turned her fucking heated seat on before I turned mine on. Stupid little shit like that. But that's how I feel like if I'm in a relationship with somebody. That's when,
It's called being a protector.
Yeah, it's. But at the same time, if she's acting a fucking fool, I'm not gonna not call her the fuck out for acting like a fucking fool. Like, this is your stupid woman brain acting like a stupid fucking woman. And if you're acting like a stupid woman, I'm going to call you the fuck out. But that doesn't mean I'm being disrespectful. You women just don't like being called out on your fucking stupid bullshit.
No, because if I act like a fucking asshole, I expect you to call me out.
Goddamn right. Like, listen, man, if I'm acting a fucking fool, if say something fucked up, I'm sure Reno will fucking check my ass. And that's what it is. Men do that shit to men. Real men do that to men all the time. We will absolutely 100% check each other. Like, bro, you're stepping. Okay, cool. And, we take that advice. And just because I call you out and say that you're fucking premenopausal fucking psycho and you can't fucking control your shit, doesn't mean I stop loving you. Doesn't mean I don't respect you. I'm just calling you out on your fucking bullshit. Calling somebody out on their bullshit, you don't get a pass just because you got a vagina between your legs. If you're fucked up, I'm going to say that you're fucked up. You don't get a pass for that. Oh, she's a woman. You shouldn't fucking say that. You're mansplaining. Shut the fuck up.
But I'll tell you where I'm not going to do that. I'm going to check you. I'll check you on it, but I'm not going to do it in front of anybody.
No, I won't do it in front of anybody. No, absolutely not.
See, that's the generational thing, where a man will nowadays a man will fucking, talk out his fucking side of his neck to a fucking woman that's acting stupid, but he'll do it in front of everybody.
Yeah, no, but I see, dude, I see more women being like that in fucking public.
True.
Like I see women being way, way, way more disrespectful to their men in public than. And I fucking hate that, dude. I despise that. Like, it's like, shut the fuck up. You got a problem? We can handle this. Have some fucking decorum. We're in public. Yeah, but I mean, look, dude. That just goes to what we really are. And the overarching part of what we're talking about here is that men need to start being fucking men again, and we need to take this country back. We need to get rid of fucking liberal white women and pack them up and send them out to an island. No, we need we need to put them on an island so they can scissor each other to death. No, I'm fucking kidding. I'm kidding. But the truth is that these people have no idea what they're advocating for. They don't understand.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, man.
My fucking cat's freaking out.
Suits just keep going. Yeah, I'm just bitter. Fuck you. I'm not even close to bitter. I know you didn't say that. But yeah. I don't know. As soon as Reno gets back, we're gonna fucking call it a night. We got the 1,900 viewers, and I do appreciate every single one of you guys.
Sorry, my cat was freaking out because the fucking lid was on the cat box.
The lid was on. Oh, like, where do I go? What do I do?
Yeah, she freaks out.
Yeah, big island, absolutely. So yeah, bro, it's 7:00. So we have somebody in the studio. Cats are like women, yeah. That's fucking funny. So we got somebody in the studio that's trying to
do a show,
disconfabulate, the fact that Enrique's fucking ADHD idiot, and can't fucking pull his head out of his ass to be organized. So he finally got somebody organized, and I think this channel now, the studio is going to be going 24 hours. So they're going to be rerunning a War Boys episode tonight. They're going to be rerunning a Critical Mass episode tonight. They're going to be rerunning something else. So, if you guys want, if you missed, Wednesday's Critical Mass or the one War Boys we did this week, they were both great. We just fucking shit all over Patty on one of those, man. It was pretty good. It was funny. Reno's going to be working on doing a show, and what?
I said I'm working on it.
Yep, and I'm going to be providing the intro music for him. I'm going to write him a fucking song, and it's not going to be politics. It's just we're going to try to just do funny shit, or he's going to try to do funny shit.
Heard all the fucking politics from me today.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, mine's going to be the political show, and then when I come and hang out with fucking Reno, we're just going to fucking just make fun of everything, and that's called catharsis. But Reno, you want to say anything to anybody before we go?
Yeah, there's 1,900 fucking people here.
Yeah, man.
So to all 1,900 fucking people, I want you guys to know that no one's coming to fucking save you.
Fucking facts.
No one is coming to save you. The government's not coming to save you. The president, Mr. fucking Lord and Savior himself, fucking Donald Trump's not coming to fucking save you. Nobody in Washington is coming to save you. You have to save your fucking self. And you have to save each other. So that's all I got. Call your fucking family and tell them you love them.
Yeah, I agree. Call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. You never know when you're not going to be able to. We are solely responsible for our own safety. The government is not. That's actually been codified by the Supreme Court, that law enforcement is not there to protect you. So it is your responsibility to take care of yours, your families, your communities. You can't let these people take this from us. We fought too hard for too long for this, just to give it away.
Yeah,
and I'm not willing to give it away. I
Another
have.
thing, guys, I saw your comments. I'm sorry, I'm not very interactive today, but look, don't thank us for the podcast. Thank you for watching. That's it. Don't highlight me, but thank you for watching. It's not if it wasn't for 1,920 people, is what I see right now, then we wouldn't do this. And so, thank you guys for watching. We don't make anything on this. We don't. I don't get clout for it. I don't get money for it. I don't get any of
Nope.
that. But what I do get is I get to spend time with people that I consider friends, whether we're acquaintances online, whether you follow me on X, whether I follow you on X, or whatever. This is a friendship and a family, and I appreciate every one of you.
This is why I fight so hard. Hi. Say hi. Say hi, Uncle Reno. Say
Hey,
hi.
baby.
You say hi. Say hi. Yeah.
Yay!
Yay. You want to give him a kiss? Mwah.
Mm.
You give him a kiss? Mwah.
Mwah. I love you, kiddo.
Oh, very good. Very nice.
Yay.
Yay. Blue kiss.
Love you, kiddo. The guy like me to put her down.
It's what everybody needs, bro. It's what everybody needs. Yeah, that was my that's my late in life surprise, homie. My way late in life surprise. That was something that should have never, ever, ever fucking happened. But you know what? It's a blessing no matter what. And listen, man, I don't mind being a single dad. I really don't. It's great. But that's why I fight so hard. I love my kids. I love being a dad. I have been all in on being a dad since I became a dad. I'm even a father of the kids that aren't even that mine biologically. I'm their fucking father, dude. Just because I love being a dad, and I maybe that's where the protector thing comes from. I don't know. It's the greatest gift I've ever been given, the greatest experience, and I feel like if I don't fight for this country, I'm letting them down. Like, I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm just not. The way time goes, we're not going to be here for an eternity. And you have to care about something more than yourself, more important than yourself. And that's it right there, dude. My son, my older daughters,
That's fucking Barry. Piece of shit. Why don't you come in here? I hate you so much.
Barry's been on one today, man.
Yeah.
He's totally been on one today. He's just fucking shitting all over everybody.
Nice.
But anyway, I want to thank you guys very much for tuning into the show. And I do appreciate everybody that watches it. I appreciate fucking Reno for coming in and fucking hanging with me, and I'm honored that you guys watch. I'm honored that you guys comment and you're still down with this. And you guys have a great weekend. Try to get off the internet if you can. Enjoy your life outside in the real world. Disconnect from the fucking matrix. And I will see you guys on Monday at 5:00. I think I got a fucking guest this week. It's probably going to be Wednesday. So that said, I'll see you guys on Monday, 5:00. Huh?
Bright Eyes asked if she said something.
No.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, brother.
I hope your Thanksgiving was wonderful.
Yeah, you guys have a great weekend, and thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I was supposed to have a fucking I was supposed to have a commercial that I'm supposed to be playing, but obviously, since I'm the bastard child that gets the most views of anybody in the studio, I'm not worthy enough to have a commercial.
Yeah,
but
it should be in the. It should be put up. It should be.
Yeah, but he was gonna set it up. But yeah, no. Hopefully Monday. Hopefully this weekend we'll get everything worked out, and I can. We have two people from our studio that are doing things to, one does these amazing American flags from wood. No, Barry. We did it on the War Boys, and Enrique was supposed to get it done, but obviously he didn't. And then we got Kim, who's doing these mugs, which is awesome, and it's a way to support everybody in the studio. I appreciate it. Also, go to 1776.shop if you guys are interested in helping support my show. I do have a page on there, and it's, I got T-shirts and hats. If you want to support, that's a way to do it, and I appreciate you and all those who have bought hats and shirts. With that, again, good night, everybody.